9 days, more than 2,700 kilometers across 5 states, from Pune to Munnar to Alleppey to Goa and back home, with my 14-year-old son, who also happens to be on the autism spectrum. Never thought we'd be able to do this. Never thought my son would have it in him to tag along for more than 650 kilometers in a day. The max he's done before was just 140 kilometers over a breakfast ride. We made so many memories, bonded like never before, and the Super Meteor quietly played the third wheel to perfection. And that's why this was a special ride. Meet Azlan. He was diagnosed with autism when he was 2 years old. Typical symptoms: no eye contact, repetitive play, no response to calling his name. Now, for those who don't know, autism or the autism spectrum disorder is a neurological condition that impacts the cognitive ability of a child along with challenges in communication and social interaction. There's different levels in the spectrum, so each child is different. They will seem to grow, behave, and learn differently. For example, if you remember SRK's character in My Name is Khan. Yeah, that's high functioning autism, also called as Asperger's syndrome, meaning one can function at a very high level, understand most things, in fact, be geniuses to a point, but still be socially awkward. And then the other end of the spectrum would be similar to Priyanka's character from Barfi. Azlan is sweet. He comprehends most things, does not speak, he's not verbal, but has somehow always made me feel that he loves me. He has very specific interests. Loves water, beaches, colors, and bike rides. So I thought, why not put together all of those things and make this a memorable one. We started at 7:30 in the morning, and plan was to reach Devnagari and best case Chitradurga in Karnataka, which was about 640 kilometers from the home location in Pune. What's the luggage we were carrying? Garden gears, 50-liter saddlebags that carried most of our clothes, shoes, and other stuff, tank bag for the electronics, and a backpack with Azlan's essentials. First stop for breakfast, and so far smooth sailing. Azlan wore my Rhinox jacket. He's skinny but as tall as me, so it somehow fit him, albeit a little loose. Uneventful, messy NH48, under construction, diversions every kilometer right from Satara all the way to Belgavi. Made it tiring for both of us. Roads afterwards though were good. Stopped at this clean highway location and clicked a few pictures. Azlan practicing his triangles. Would love to see him ride one day. That'd be nice. Had some interesting company along. Some friendly waves and companions. I decided to have some sort of a signal between me and Azlan because he wouldn't speak. So something that we could keep checking with each other, make sure that he's awake and he's not dozing off. So I would just raise my arm and he'd grab it to confirm he's alright. That actually worked throughout the trip. We pushed it past sunset and made it to Chitradurga at around 8 pm. So the plan was that the overnight stays, the rest stops basically, we'd just go with the flow. Just pick a place and crash there. End of day one. 642 kilometers. Wow! I'm so proud of you, Azlan. We did it. High five. This year, the first night stay was at Dwarka Inn Lodge. Pretty decent, close to the highway. Had enough places to dine in the night and go for a little walk. A quick fuel up right outside the lodge, and off we were. Rounded off 500 kilometers today. A few things happened. Crossed a forest reserve. "27 hairpin bend cart section." Wow, that's going to be a separate video altogether. Spotted a butte. enjoyed some authentic, sumptuous food. A little incident with the SM, the horn just stopped working. Found a mechanic, got it fixed, couldn't understand what the problem was, but it started working fine. Started looking for a place to crash and found this new Anant Lodge. Not recommended this lodge itself, but good location because there's a market just outside, and once you cross that, you're on your way to Munnar, just about 106 kilometers from there. I was really looking forward to our stay in Munnar. It was a quaint little cabin, loved it in the pictures, and so wanted to see how it looked like in person. Map showed 106 kilometers, 3 hours. We started early at about 7 a.m. Check-in was at 2 p.m., so had ample time to enjoy the ride, soak in the mountains, take as many stops. And just chill on our reliable wheels. And as you enter the foothills of Munnar, it starts to feel like this dreamy land right out of fantasies. Beautiful roads, just greens all around. I think Azlan was enjoying too. I wish he could tell me in words, sentences, which parts he loved, when he felt bored or tired, if he wanted a little break to stretch his arms and legs. 1 in 68 kids in India are diagnosed with autism. That may look a better figure compared to what it is in US, where it's 1 in 36. But I don't think we're as much aware about the condition to actually have a diagnosis done. We look for causes in most cases, and autism is such that it does not have a very straightforward cause identified. There are theories, yes, but none scientifically proven. Early intervention and therapy helps, occupational therapy, speech therapy, sensory integration, ABA, all of this combined do add to the kids' abilities, learning life skills, routine activities, and social interactions. We're getting some of those well deserved sensory inputs here for Azlan on this ride. He's in motion, he's seeing all the colors, and very soon he's gonna get the touch and feel too. A miniature waterfall. Why not? Haath dalo, haath dalo. Yes. Wow. You like it? Munnar is beautiful, period. If Kerala is God's own country, then Munnar has to be the floodgates of this paradise. You just get soaked and drowned in its beauty. It's like a painting. The scenery just sucks you in, and you'd want to ride forever on these roads. They'll keep you hooked. And now a little cabin amidst all of this beauty. Look at that. Isn't this out of a fairy tale? And that's how it looks at night. Cabin in the woods. This place is literally not on the map. I booked this through Agoda, and the owner Albin Shaju was a super host. I'll drop a link to their page. Must visit if you ever plan to come to this side of the world. No, it's okay. Thank you. Wow. Azlan, helmet निकाल दो. Come. निकालो. Very nice room. Quite spacious. And you can actually see the bike right from your room. So that's amazing. Woo! I love this. One thing that stood out or irritated was the weather here in Munnar. It's Jan and it was pretty hot and sunny during the days. Cooler in the nights, of course, but the days were super hot. Stayed indoors for the day, rested up, walked around. Next morning was some sightseeing before we check out. Tea estates, check. Mathupati Dam, check. And then I went hunting for a waterfall. Waterfalls?
It is a waterfall. No waterfalls, no waterfalls. No water here.
Dried?
Dried,
okay.
You go to next day down.
Okay. I went out of my way to see this one, but it was dried out. Rode around the hills, just not ready to leave yet. Captured as much as I could of this place. It's a keeper. Tried to take some flybys. Azlan helped and was having fun while doing so. See, he understands basic instructions and, he'll oblige. Anything complex and he gets confused. He's reliable also. Had him hold the camera and he did not let go. And some more flybys. And some more. And another one. We bid our goodbyes to Munnar finally by 1 p.m. Going towards Alleppey. It's 150 kilometers and we should make it before 5 p.m. where I'll be joined by my friend who started from Thrissur this morning on his 250 ADV. A little blip on the way, some good roads for a stretch, and then it was all like riding through a city between Munnar and Alleppey. Arrived in Alleppey to this lovely little villa right on the beach. Oh man, just dumped the luggage, got rid of the gear. Don't want to take a look at those for the next 36 hours. Just chill. Azlan getting what he loves. Beaches, water, a little hammock. Release the mind of all the things that occupy space in there. Be numb. Absorb the breeze. Close your eyes. Day 5 also spent in Alleppey on repeat mode.
Whoa!
I mean, look at this. It's such a beautiful, secluded beach, almost made into a private beach by these rock formations at regular intervals. Azlu, are you scared? This place again is kind of a hidden gem. It's called Marari Eshban Beach Villa. Eshban is the name of our host son, Anna, and she was incredible. We booked this through Agoda as well, 7,000 for the room for 2 nights, 3 occupants. I'll leave a link of this place in the description. Now we're heading back. First stop is going to be Goa, but with an overnight stop in between in Kasaragod. Roads near Alleppey are bad. The highway was congested, probably was the worst riding day. The heat was unbearable, and after a long ride through the highway that looked like cities, finally got to a stretch that looked enjoyable, but only for a bit. Azlan, look here. Map showed 400 kilometers to our overnight stay at Kalanad Residency, 10 hours ETA. The map may deceive you to think that this is a coastal route, but it's not. It's absolutely not. We reached around 8, had our dinner, retired to our room, which was only 1,500 a night for 3 occupants. We started early before the break of dawn, 5ish I think. Had to cover 450 kilometers to reach our stay at Mojib in Goa. This route may also look like a coastal route on the map, but it's largely not, except for some small stretches like this. This is like, Karnataka starts to pretend that it's Goa and almost kind of nails it. Me and Azlan, we continue our ritual of keeping each other engaged with finger boops. He's been such a well-behaved boy, no drama, no tantrums throughout the trip. Wakes up properly, whatever time, when woken up for the start times each day. Looks excited when I'm gearing him up and making him wear his shoes. He's had his challenges over the years. There are phases where he picks up a few habits that may be deemed socially unacceptable, but gets over it with time, only to just pick another one. Now, one way to guess that you've reached Goa or you're reaching Goa is when you start seeing more and more of the sea around. Another way is when you start to see white people on mopeds. Goa has a different air. There's this sudden thrust of joy somehow, for no particular reason, and it just wraps you from all ends. Arrived Goa in time, unpacked and whiled away at the resort pool. Pasta for dinner, seafood and Anand lunch home the next day. Some TLC, much needed for the Super Meteor. What an absolute beast and a mild muncher this Super Meteor is. No mishaps, no drama, just chugged along in the foreground, almost being invisible. Cranked up every morning without a fuss. Returned respectable figures of 20 plus kilometers per litre during the whole trip. Unbreakable build quality, almost a proper tourer, and felt very, very reliable each and every day. Couldn't have asked for a better motorcycle than the Super Meteor to cover this special, very special ride. Day 8 and night 2 in Goa was a chill affair again. Beach shacks, walks, and finally tucking in Azlan for a little night life runaway in Goa. Day 9 we push off back to Pune, 423 kilometers to home. We started around noon and made it back home by almost 9 p.m. What we've completed. I'm so proud of you, my boy. And here's a little table looking at the itinerary day by day and the cost that I incurred on fuel and stay. It's been 4 months on today and I still relive some of those moments from this ride. It was an epic adventure for us. I think Azlan enjoyed this as much as I did. I wish someday he expresses what his favorite parts were. I really wish that. I think I'm going to make this our annual ritual, one big ride, just me and him, any place for a few days. I love you, Azlan.